Hey guys, Zoya here from the Starcraftsquad. This is my first cast in quite a while, and I'm getting lag right off the bat. I haven't ran fraps in a while. Hopefully this levels out. Looks like it's starting to. Actually, I haven't had my graphics set to medium in a really long time because all I do is play now. I like to have my graphics set to low. Yeah, spawning in the bottom right is 6 Jacks Major as the red Terran, and in the top right is EG in control, but this is actually EG Puma. Puma is using In Control's account. And we have a TBT here on Backwater Gulch. And this is the first game I've casted in quite a while, guys, so bear with me if I'm a little rusty and just, say silly stuff. So I'm going to try and get back into this. I haven't, as you guys have seen from my channel, I haven't uploaded in quite a while. And a professional cast I haven't actually done in a really long time. I've been casting a couple tournaments. I've been doing a little professional play here and there. But, yeah, so we have Puma walling off at the ramp. Now, I'm starting to do this a lot in Terran vs. Terran myself. It's good. I like to put, I don't put my barracks here to wall off, complete the wall off. I like to put 3 depots here. It's good to stop Hellion drive-bys. Those Blue Flame Hellion just running into your main can be a real problem. So I like to wall off every game, but looks like Puma is going for a gas first build. Becoming more and more standard now in TVT. I have a couple builds where I worked a gas first in myself, but Major is actually doing a standard barracks before gas, and Puma's now getting his first Rex, and he's actually walling off with it. The wall off denies scouting, of course, and if you like to put the barracks up here, it's fine. I don't really. I like to keep my barracks back here. I like the cleanliness. I like to keep all my structures structured properly, but it really doesn't matter. But I'm starting to wall off more and more in Terran vs. Terran. You're starting to see a lot of Terrans do this because Blue Flame Hellions are just the most annoying thing on the planet, and it's good to be able to raise and lower those depots. Now, 6 Jacks Major is scouting. Puma has not started to scout yet. Looks like he's about to be building, I don't know, maybe a factory immediately. Yep, he's getting that quick factory. That's what happens when you get that gas first. He's able to put that factory down immediately, and we're seeing that from Major. He's not completely walled off here. Still no second depot yet. Orbital on the way. Orbital is finished on for Major because he got that barracks a little bit quicker. Income tab, guys, 15 to 16. Factory going down for Major. No add-on yet for this barracks. We don't know what he's doing yet. Wall off complete for Puma, and now Major's SCB is, he's gonna die. He can't get away. Marine chasing him for Puma. Good little micro here before it dies from Major. Factory is almost done. Still no add-on for Puma yet, but we do have a reactor going down for Major, so we're going to be seeing some reactor Hellions here. And a starport going down for Puma. Looks like we're going to be seeing a cloaked Banshee build or Blue Flame Hellions. I'm probably going to be saying Blue Flame Hellions because we still only have the 1 gas here. Though it could just be Banshees. So we're seeing a cloakless Banshee build. And we're probably going to see expand behind it. It's fairly standard. Now we have Marines scouting out here, wanting to deny any sort of SCV just getting here. Factory being transferred. Command centers. We're seeing a reactor Hellion expand. Now, people are starting to do this a lot. People, Terran versus Terran, it used to be Cloak Banshee Wars or versus Blue Flame Hellion drops, or Cloak Banshee versus Cloak Banshee, or Blue Flame versus Blue Flame. People are starting to stray away from that. We're starting to see Cloakless Banshee expands, which is what we're seeing from Puma here. We've got the command center going down. And we're starting to see creative stuff like this. Just reactor Hellions to control the map and expanding behind it. We have the starport going down so we can eventually get drops in. And the metagame for Terran vs. Terran is developing so much faster than the other matchups. And it's really awesome to see just all these creative builds. And it's not like they all have hard counters. You can go bio openings, you can go mech openings, you can go reactor Hellion openings. There's so much creativity and whatnot you can do with this build. Now, we have a little bit of pressure here coming from Major. Major using the Marines' line of sight to try and get a couple extra shots off on these Marines, but good control from Puma pulling them back. Banshee coming up to clean this up. So now, 6 Jacks Major realizes that there's a Banshee on the field. He's getting that Viking out, pumping out more Marines. Expansion's being warped into an orbital. Expansion's almost finished for Puma, and Hellion's just trying to stay away from this Banshee, sneaking back by. He's going to try and do some more harassment up here with these. Now, Here comes an SCV scouting. He's seeing whatever reactor Hellion. He sees the expansion. He sees the tech lab on the barracks. He sees the Vikings on their way. So Puma is going to bring this guy back home. He needs to defend against this because these SCVs or these Marines aren't going to be able to stop these Hellions from killing these depots. These two guys aren't going to be able to do that. There's 3 Hellions here. So he needs to get this Banshee home to clean this up. Here comes Puma trying to snipe that guy. Killing 1 Hellion so far, about to kill a second. Hopefully Major can get this guy out of there. Good control from Puma, good stutter stepping there with that Banshee, killing that. Now we have more Hellions on the way for Puma. We have Blue Flame as well. We have a Raven on the way. Major's base, we do have a Raven as well. We're transferring over to getting that tech lab, and we're getting a second factory back on that reactor. So we're going to be seeing some mech airplay from Major. Second factory on the way for Puma. Getting a reactor down on that one, so we're going to be seeing some more reactor Hellions. So it's going to become a mech air kind of battle. And those can go on for quite a long time. So hopefully we'll see a pretty epic game from these two. I mean, these are both extremely strong players. Major was recently released from Six Jacks. He's got a problem with his ego. He's bad-mannered. But he's still an extremely strong player. I watch his replays quite a bit. I'm a Terran player myself, so I do find myself watching Terran replays quite often. But Puma, he's sick, man. He is pretty good, so I can see lots of stuff coming from these guys. Now, bunker going down for Major, almost finished. Expansion has transferred for both players now. Income tab, guys, is 35 to 33. Puma scouting the map with these Hellions, trying to find any form of stragglers, any form of scout around the map. Major doing the same thing, but he only has 2 right now. Blue Flame's almost finished for Major. We got Hellions being produced out of both factories. No siege tanks on the field yet. This is becoming a very standard build for most Terrans, especially in the high levels. We're seeing a mass Hellion battle versus with mass air. People are straying away from siege tanks a lot now. Till the good 12-14 minute marks. It's just pure Hellion versus pure Viking Raven. And it's pretty awesome how matchups developing. I was sniping that SCV there, just much harassment as possible. Now no one's going to be able to end the game yet unless someone messes up. Over here we have 1 Banshee, 1 Viking, and 1 Raven here for Puma, and good point defense drone there. Major flying over the base. He's just going to get a full scout of what's going on. He might do a land here against the SCVs. Yes, he's actually going to do that exactly. Here comes some Hellions. There's a lot of them there, and Major immediately lifting off. Now, point defense shown here, so Raven's going to get sniped for Puma. If he loses that Raven, that is very, very bad for him. He doesn't have a tech lab on the starport, so he's going to have to either make another one or transfer it to get another Raven. And right now, there's nothing Puma can do to stop this. I mean, Hellions coming over here. Puma about to take out his rocks, but if he's not paying attention, oh, Major's doing a lot of damage to Puma's Hellions, but he knows it's quick enough. If Major would have gotten a better lineup there, he could have killed so many Hellions there. Major doing so much damage. Puma's starport is being just harassed completely, which is a really, really great thing. Now, reactor going down for that. Puma Six Jacks Major is deciding to go home. Now, he's done a considerable amount of damage. Food count, guys, 102 to 92. Income tab, 48 to 52. Puma slightly ahead on harvesters, but both players are in pretty good shape. Six Jacks Major, however, has the lead. He's got the air dominance, and that's what TVT comes down to whenever you're doing this kind of matchup. Both players kind of scouting around with their barracks, just have them floating around. Point defense drone slow over this main, so Major's still able to see everything going on here. And I like how Six Jacks Major is just constantly poking around with these Hellions. He's trying to find stragglers, trying to find scouts, trying to find anything, trying to get away to build a command center hidden someplace. That's what he's doing right now. He's just scouting around. Right now he controls the map. Now Puma, he's got siege tanks, and that makes him win the ground war. So we have to see where this is going to turn from here. Now Major has the air dominance, but Puma has the ground dominance. So it could be the advantage goes to Six Jacks Major, but if Puma plays his cards right, he can definitely win this. Win like an engagement that happened right now. Now we don't have siege tech yet from Puma. It's just about to finish, but he's pumping out 2 siege tanks at a time, which is awesome. Six Jacks Major still controlling the map. He's just driving around with these Hellions. He's got these here. He's just keeping full control here. Income tab, guys, 58 to 54. Now I like this from Puma. He lands his barracks here. He'll stop any form of expansion. This expansion is building. Now we do have an expansion going down here for Puma. Now I would like to see Major. His rally point is not set to over here, which kind of worries me. If this stays up for a while, Puma can get a huge lead. Now Puma chasing down these Hellions. Now great angle for Puma. Six Stacks Major had a good surround there, but Puma had a lot more lined up for him. Good spread from Puma. He's going to be able to clean up all the Hellions from Major. Now what was a supply lead for Major, because of Puma's amazing micro, he turned it around for himself. Now, great. See, this is this TBT for you. Puma went in with more Hellions, but since Majors were lined up just slightly better, Puma lost all his Hellions. So now what was a good engagement for Puma, he threw them all away. And I know a couple Siege Tanks had a couple shots off, but if you saw how quickly Six Stacks Major's Hellions roasted Puma's, it turned out pretty great for him. Now we do have Ravens on the field for Puma now. Income tab, guys, is 61 to 63. Now we do have Major trying to transfer this, guys, but Puma has this barracks here, and it's going to delay this for a little bit longer. Now Marines here scout Puma's quick expansion. We have a fourth going down for Puma. Actually, he's building 2 command centers right now, and that's he's expanding all over the place. That's awesome. Now Puma, he's throwing down more factories. We got Thors on the way. We look at the upgrades. We have 0-0 so far for Six Stacks Major, and we have 0-0 for Puma. So really not that bad for either player. Now, Puma getting really close to losing a lot of the SCVs there, but we're able to clean it up. Six Stacks Major moving across the field though. Siege Tank on this position here, going to do some damage, but before getting picked off. Now, Major sieging up. Puma charging in. He's not sieging up his tanks. Unsieged tanks do a lot of DPS, guys. But looks like Major was able to hold. I don't think that was the greatest idea for Puma. He did take a lot of damage there. He did lose a lot of siege tanks. So now the siege tank battle is being won by Major, and that's not great. Now he's got the middle controlled. He can take this gold expansion quite easily. He does have his third set up. Still no fourth being built. He's got a fourth building actually right now over here. And right now, the lead's definitely in Major's hands. It's 150 food to 113 for Puma. Major trying to find any hold. Great little wall off here. He's not actually going to be building out this barracks, guys. The point of this barracks is just a wall off with this rock, with this ramp. So the Hellions have to run all the way around here. And we're going to have map vision from Puma soon. So he's going to be able to see any sort of Hellion run by, and he's going to be quite safe for a while. Income tab, guys, 75 to 72. Both players macroing pretty hard. Now, look at the units tab. We have 1 Raven for Major, 2 Vikings for Puma. So neither player are wanting to turn this into an air versus air battle. They're just turning this to mech versus mech. We're not really seeing much air coming out of both players. Just turning into mech versus mech. We got plenty of siege tanks here, and Puma's starting to catch up. Food count's 160 to 138. We're producing out a lot quicker from Puma, so if he can keep this up, he keeps his expansions going, he'll be able to catch up quite quickly. We do have upgrades on the way for both players, which is good. We're starting to see those, and they're pretty timed. They're pretty closely on time, so both players understand this matchup pretty well. Puma throwing out 2 more factories. This command center is about to finish. This command center is about to finish. So he's going to have a lot of places to mine from. Now, this space is finished for Major. I'd like to see him expand again, and we do have a good amount of siege tanks from over here. This is such a brilliant play from Six Stacks Major. What he's going to do is, I'd like to see him actually siege up here. I don't know if he can from there, but it looks like this is a close enough spot for him. He's able to hit this spot from here, able to hit that wall. Great play. Puma's moving into position. We do have a lot of Thors over here. He's going to be shooting these Vikings. Now, I'm curious as to see if Six Stacks Major is going to take out these rocks, or he's just going to snipe these buildings. Now, Puma sieged himself. He's going to try and defend this, but this mining here, look how many SCVs he's got sitting right there. He's just going to have to put those there. Now, we have Puma actually throwing down a command center over here. And this Hellion's been patrolling this spot all game. I think that's hilarious. And Major coming up here, stopping this command center from building. Puma's going to have to cancel it. Using the factory from Puma to get vision on the high ground to take out these siege tanks from Major. Great play from Puma, and this attack on his third, is going to be ended very soon. Only 1 siege tank remains. It's barely out of range. Can he shoot the SCVs? Yes, he can. And the siege tank does go down. This command center never got stopped from building, so now we have another command center from Puma, and we have them all over the place. It looks like we tried to get a little drive-by up into the main here from 6th Jack Major, but looks like Puma held it. Income tab, guys, 75 to 66, so some harvesters were lost there, but it was just from the siege tank battle. Now we do have a large force coming up here again for 6th Jack Major. Lots of siege tanks here. We still have that huge air battle going on. We do have +2 weapons for 6th Jack Major. Right now, Puma's only sitting on +1. He's not getting +2 yet. This command center is almost finished. This Hellion has been patrolling here all game. I think that's awesome. Now, 6th Jack Major is doing an awesome job of taking control of the map. I mean, the map's pretty split. And this is TBT for you now, guys. I prefer to play. I've been playing a lot of bio lately. It's frustrating, but I think it's a lot more fun than, you know, the mech versus mech. Mech versus mech is good, but bio can beat it, which I like, versus the mech. So I don't know. We do have both players moving in position here. Just whoever can siege up first. 6th Jack Major just on the edge of vision here. Both players just in a standoff. Second armory going down for 6th Jack Major. Once that finishes, Major's going to have the upgrade advantage. He's already almost has +2. Puma hasn't even started on +2 yet. And we're going to have another. We're getting a lot more armories actually from 6th Jack Major. And we're throwing down 2 starports and a fusion core. So that is awesome here. Look how many starports we have in the main. Another armory for ship upgrades. We're getting the we're gonna start getting more ground upgrades soon. And Major, look at the money from both players. We have 2,000 minerals stored for Puma, 1,700 stored for Major. But the difference in gas is pretty huge. Major has a lot more gas. Now 6th Jack Major is gonna be taking out these rocks so we can sneak up here. Right now, like I said, we have this little Mexican standoff going off. We have siege tanks sieged up right here. So both players can't really do a counterattack on someone's main. And then we have the middle divided down the middle. Now the difference is Puma has this gold, which is going to increase the mineral intake by a lot. But that's great for Major in a long game. Now we do have a lot of Hellions coming up here, taking out the Vikings for Puma. Puma forced to lift off. We do have this base up here as well. But this is looking really great for 6th Jack Major. He's going to be able to keep these 2 bases from mining the entire game. And saving this gold for later on is great for Major, because eventually these are going to be all mined out, and we won't be able to see much from Puma. Major's setting this up to starve his opponent pretty hard. Now we do have ship upgrades on the way for 6th Jack Major. Now look at this starport play. We have lots of starports in the base. We're going to be seeing a lot of battlecruisers soon, and if he can catch his opponent off guard, that'll be great. Now we do have a lot of siege tanks pushing down here. He's going to be trying to secure this base. We need to be very careful, Puma, though. Thor in shot, just getting destroyed by these siege tanks. Major losing a lot of units here. He's stretched a little too thin here. Now we have secured this base now, though. Income tab, guys, 54 to 65. We have lost a lot of units, or a lot of guys here for Major, but Major, he's fine with this. He's losing these mech units. He's slowly using them. But look how many battlecruisers he has in production. 4. All we have here from Puma here is Thors. Thors, they're not the best thing against battlecruisers, guys, especially when they have Yamato cannon. And especially when Puma's slacking on the upgrades. He's just now starting +2 vehicle weapons. But now, if we swap to Puma's vision, he hasn't seen all the starports. He hasn't scanned the base in a while. So if he gets caught off guard completely here, Major can completely turn the tide of the battle. Now, I like how we're getting up on this high ground here. Just going to contain this area. Now, this isn't really going to do much. If Puma tries to move down, he's going to be able to hold that. But right now, all 6th Jack Major is wanting to do is split the map. Now, we do have a supply lead from Puma. It's 200 to 185, but that's all that we want from 6th Jack. That's all 6th Jack Major wants to do. He's like, okay, now I'm just going to max on battlecruisers. And since you've been maxed so hard on this mech, what do you have? You have 5 Vikings? That's not going to do much against you. Yeah, let's see how many Thors. We have 3 here. We have none over here. So we have 4 Thors, looks like, on the field. Actually, let's check out the units tab. We have 5 for Puma, 5 Thors, and 7 Vikings. And we have a lot of battlecruisers in production for 6th Jack Major, and they're going to be upgraded. So looks like Major is in a great position right now. He's slowly just getting rid of these mech. He's just resupplying on air units. He's turning this into a forced air battle. Good scans up here. Puma moving down to finish off these last 3 siege tanks. Thor's about to get melted. Look how many siege tanks are up here on the high ground for Puma. Siege blasts going off. 6th Jack Major needs to be careful, though. He's losing a lot of his Vikings to these Thors, and he just threw away a lot of his air units. These battlecruisers aren't going to be that strong against these Thors if they don't have the Vikings counter the other Vikings. Now we have cleaned up this side of the map, and Puma is suddenly gaining a lot of map control, and Major could be losing the game here. Now we do have Puma moving forward, cleaning up the side of the map. All these siege tanks are going down, and Puma's going to have to come over here and clean up these battlecruisers. We do have a lot more floating in, 4 more on the way. We're finally getting the Behemoth Raptor. I don't understand why he's getting that just now. He should have gotten that a lot sooner, and then be getting Yamato Cannon right now. And I'm really, really worried here for Puma. He's moving out across the map. He's going to try and do a lot of damage. Looks like we sieged up here for Major, but I'm afraid that the Puma's force is just too big. We do have the force coming. We have a lot of battlecruisers over here. We do have Yamato Cannon. I'd like to see them used on the Thor, but we're not really microing them as well as we could. So we did have Yamato Cannon already, and wow, that just turned completely, guys, like I thought it would. Six Jacks Major supply is in his favor now when he was down by about 40. Now we are sniping this expansion, but here come the battlecruisers to clean that up. Right now, all Puma has, he's building 2 starports now, he's building 6 Vikings, but he's only in 4 Thors, but look how much of an air dominance Puma has right now, or Six Jack Major has right now. Now we do have Vikings landing over here, sniping all of these mules. That's huge. Those mules are supposed to do so much mining, and Puma just sniped them all. Now we do have this huge battlecruiser force. We're still producing a lot of siege tanks too. I like that he's still keeping them in play. Lots of Hellions driving by right now. The battlecruisers are so slow. These Hellions are going to get inside this main. How much damage will they do? Looks like Puma is going to send them up into this space. Look how many orbitals we have here. Major is going to lose a lot of his SCVs right now, and he can't get rid of all his SCVs. He needs them to build stuff. He needs them to mine gas. But Puma just sending his Major sending his entire force down here to clean up these poor Hellions. They were sent on a suicide mission. Income tab, guys. 26 for Major, 59 for Puma. So even though Puma's got, or Six Jack Major still has this huge air dominance right now, if Puma can hold, if Puma can take out these battlecruisers and not lose the game, he'll be in a great position to actually win. He's got a huge Puma has a huge SCV lead, and looks like Six Jack Major is trying to resupply, but it's going to be a very close game. Now we do have more Hellions on the field. We do have so many battlecruisers here, guys. 10 of them. We don't have any over here. We need to get these Vikings with these battlecruisers because we can't win the air battle without them. Here comes the engagement. Lots of Vikings over here. Yamato cannons going off, hitting the siege tanks, hitting Thors as well. Vikings. That is such a good play here. You would think that you would use the Yamato cannon on the Thors, but he's actually using it to one-shot these Vikings, do as much damage as possible, because these Vikings can kite battlecruisers forever. Now we do have our reinforcing siege tank, or actually siege tanks coming over here to do some damage. We do have our Vikings of our own, and Puma is in a terrible position. If only he would have had a better air dominance. Thors, you guys, aren't that great against siege tanks, as you obviously just saw. They're like, that was 3, and Vikings only did half the health of that battlecruiser, especially since Puma's upgrade is only 2-0. We have 2-1 here from Six Jacks Major, and I don't see how he's going to be able to stop this. Now these Vikings are going to be able to kite all day, but we have the Vikings of our own from Major, and just a couple micro slips ups. Food counts 167 to 104. Six Jack Major is in a great position to win the game right now, and I don't really see much that Puma can do to turn this around. He's building lots of turrets, but Six Jack Major is going to fall back and take out all these bases. We do have these siege tanks coming up here. We're going to be sniping this base as well, where 2 starports are at, and once he loses those, that's going to be a terrible position for him. Battlecruisers are still pushing the mains. Need to be very careful of these turrets, though. Reproduction-wise, we have a lot of Vikings on the way. We're not really producing any more battlecruisers because these guys are fine for the most part. I would like to see a bunch of mules be called in down here to do some repair, because these battlecruisers are crucial to Six Jack Major. Food count is 165 to 80 of Puma, though. So, and the supply is just dropping ferociously. All these SCVs are dying, and I mean, there's really nothing at this point that Puma can do. Even if he turtles up, he's not going to be able to take out these battlecruisers, and Major, he's got the whole map to play with, so it's pretty much going to be game very soon. Now we're losing a battlecruiser. If that one dies, oh man, we're down to so few battlecruisers now. We're down to 4 left on the field. So Puma's going to be able to hold, but how long? I mean, all we have to do is wait for Major to keep resupplying, and that's just the way it goes. Lots of Hellions running up here. Income tab, guys, 11 to 56. Puma's pretty much dead, guys. It's 49 to 164 We have these battle cruisers here, 3 of them left that can be repaired up. And right now we just have this siege tank hit squad. One of them I just saw had 17 kills just running around the map. Stopping mining. Lots of mules over here though. That's the wonder of Terran. You can never kill them until they're actually out of buildings. They just keep spawning mules, keep mining, and I mean, eventually, like right now, it's pretty much a stalemate. But we're gonna be able to max out so quickly here as 6X Major. I mean, look how much minerals and gas he's sitting on. He needs to start mining gas. Is he mining gas everywhere? Looks like he is. Like to see him. He's about to take the gold. He's taking this one as well. So he's just taking the map. And Major supply capped again, guys. 194 food, 270 income tab, 57 to 13, and this is all Puma has. I mean, this is going to be one hell of a last stand. But I mean, what more can he do? We do have these little 3 hellions being champions. 6X Major needs to end the game soon, though. I mean, ooh, I like this here. Landing these Vikings to snipe him. And he's actually going to be taking this expansion for his own. Vikings of his own over here, though, for Puma. And as soon as he landed, or lifted off, looks like Puma's going to be able to clean these up. But we do have a lot of hellions down here trying to snipe all these SCVs here. Income tab, guys, 8 to 56. And we still have this contain here going for 6X Major, which is what he needs to do. He just needs to keep the guy on few bases possible. Now Major needs to cancel that. I don't think he did. Just lost 4,400 minerals. But look how much he's sitting on. He's sitting on 5K. It really doesn't matter at this point. We're just waiting for Puma to lose. We're waiting for the A-click attack from Major. And here it comes. Doubt there's going to be any sieging up. Here comes, we have very few battle siege tanks here. Here comes the Hellions absorbing most of the damage, though. Banshee's in play as well. Going to do so much damage. And there's the GG from Puma. I mean, there's really nothing 6X Major could have done to lose the game at this point. Puma was just dead. So make sure you guys subscribe, follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Starcraftsquad, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.